I think we live. All right, peace and Black Power family. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to another NCRBG Productions. Got a nice for the family. Jump right in. We're not gonna waste no time. It'll be such a long show. It's gonna be a look. We're gonna do what it do. So first, I'm gonna say the name of the show. Know about the name of the show. I got some good news, and I'm gonna go ahead and make these announcements early. Good news tomorrow. Will be our grand opening starting at 6 a.m. from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. at 120 Mitchell Street, Ahoskie, North Carolina. We will be having our official grand opening to the Rosa Parks Sankofa Academy tomorrow at 6 p.m. sharp. We should be cutting the ribbon to the Rosa Parks Academy direct, North Carolina. Myself a clap for that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time coming. Tomorrow, it's going to be official, and we're going to be open to the world. Free classes. Dr. Jahi Issa here as the keynote speaker, as well as some other local activists. We shall allow them to speak. And starting Monday, well, I'm going to give y'all the rundown since I'm here. Saturday, we will be having our official NCRBG cookout. You know how we do. So on Saturday, starting probably around, food probably going to be done around 11 o'clock. Cookout at the bingo hall right out there in the parking lot. You just smoke, you smell the food, stop. You know how you know how we do things. We out here for the community. So that's going on Saturday. We're going to be cooking. We're going to be talking to the people. We're going to be vibing with the people. Some of their complaints, some of the things that they feel like that can be done to better the community. We're going to take notes. We're going to brainstorm. We're going to come together. We're going to make a difference. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going on Saturday. So if you're in the area, come on, give us a donation and get that famous turkey barbecue that we always have, along with our 3-meat special and 2 sides. You know how we do. Come on by and just show some support. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it's all about. On Sunday at 8 o'clock, we should be leaving Ahoskie to go to the beach, probably Nag's Head, to have our official spiritual bath. One and only spiritual bath. Is done by a con priest certified, and we're going to be going down into the beach, and Dr. Jahi Issa is going to give us a spiritual bath in the ocean. Problems, let the ocean take our problems away from us. So if anybody, if you want to go to participate in the spiritual bath of $30, and also you will have to give to the ocean as far as your to the ocean, so they can, you know, so the ocean can take away. And you know, that's something that I'm really looking forward to. Afraid of it, but I'm gonna give y'all a quick analogy because I have never done it. When you in the ocean, when the waves come in and hit you, and the water recedes, it seems like the water's pulling you in, right? Seems like the water's pulling you in the ocean. Spiritual bath is to allow the ocean to pull your problems out. You know what I'm saying? Let the ocean take your problems out from you, out of you. Let that water pull it away and put it in the ocean. Yo, that stuff's serious, man. But we'll leave that alone. But that's going on Saturday. We're going to be leaving Ahoskie at 8 o'clock. Leave Ahoskie, head down there to the beach. Gotta be in all white. If you want to come, you got to be dressed in all white. It's an all white affair. all white. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go down there to that ocean and get that spiritual bath. That's what's going on Sunday. And then we shall officially have our first class at the Rosa Parks Sankofa Academy. It's free to the public. It don't cost you a dime. You can come right on in there and you can start learning from a trained, certified professor, PhD professor that has all the criteria, all the certificates that taught at Elizabeth City College. He also, Dr. Is also taught at Delaware College. So this is a certified professor. He's going to be here and he's going to be teaching for free. For free, family. All you got to do is come and be in the building and you can get these free classes. And that's going to be Monday and Tuesday of next week. You know what I'm saying? So right now, we got high times. You know, we're feeling good. We've been putting a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Now we're seeing the fruit. The fruit is on the tree. You know, it's getting to August. You know, when certain fruits start getting ripe in August, I ain't gonna name them, but you know, certain fruits start getting ripe in August. So it's getting into August. And you know what I'm saying? Our fruit is hanging on the tree. It's ready to be pulled off. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't put in the work. So now it's time to celebrate and watch this thing accelerate at an extended pace. Also, you know, I'm going to make it known. I made it known before, but I'm going to reiterate, yes, that I'm running for Town Hall Council along with Katie, another NCRBG member. I tried to get up here today, but she on a conference call, but she's running for Town Hall Council. So we got 2 members that's actually running for separate seats in this upcoming November election for the town of Ahoskie. Now, this November of 2017 is a big date because that's also our 1-year anniversary. November of 2016 is when we started this organization. November 2017 will be our 1-year anniversary. How sweet it would be on our 1-year anniversary to have 2 members that's on the town council at which our organization started. And I'm gonna speak that into existence because that right there is powerful. In 1 year, we would have been able to start an academy and get 2 people elected. That's what I call divine intervention. That's what I call something that is meant to happen. This ain't something that is just a fad or something that we just doing. No, this is divine intervention. We are being used by the ancestors for a reason. Now, with that being said, I'm not going into a tangent. I just wanted to announce that to get it off because I'm feeling happy. I ain't gonna say I'm feeling cocky, but I'm gonna just say I'm feeling good because it's a good day. It's a good day to be Black in America. It's a good day. Especially if you stand in the town of Ahoskie. Because right now, our future is looking bright. We got a bright future ahead, and it's a long road, but as long as we keep putting forth this effort, and we got soldiers that's willing to stand out here and be in harm's way, hey, we're going to do it. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, the topic of the show today is, what's the truth about our people? What's the truth about our people? Also, we will be discussing what some of the lies that the media and powers that be put out about us. What's some of the lies that the media put out about us? You know what I'm saying? To build a negative image. So what is some of the what's some of the things that the media constantly put in our face to reiterate that we are bad people or to make us look at ourselves in a negative light? You know, also, what is the image that we are building through our own videos that we post, i.e. World Star, social media, and other platforms? What is the image that we see of ourselves that we portray on social media? You know, I think these are some good topics that deserve a good old country conversation so we can understand how the media manipulates the image of us and then how we in turn in my eyes, make the media seem true, as if we have brought into the image that the media portrays, so we in turn enact and just play out the scene. It's like a script. The media gives us the script and we follow the shit to a certain extent and with a certain percentage of our people, they follow the script, right? So I think it's a good topic. Again, the name of the topic is what's the truth about our people? Also, we're going to talk about the lies that the media and the powers that be put out about our people in the form of negative imagery. And also, what's the image that we ourselves put out through social media, through YouTube, through WorldStar, through Instagram, through Periscope, via Twitter, how do we perceive ourselves? And also, how do we show the perception of ourselves when we on platforms to show ourselves? You know what I'm saying? For one, I think social media, I got two sides to this coin. I'm going to deal with, I'm going to deal with one side of the coin. I'm jumping right in. Fuck it. I'm going to deal with one side of the coin right now. All right. For one, social media actually gives people a platform to tell about themselves, and also allows you to make yourself be aware, so you have your own reality by social media. Meaning what social media does, it allows people that doesn't know you to come inside your home, and you can give them a perceived perception of you through social media, right? Because you can have some people that on social media, they look like they King Don Juan. Always flossing, always driving nice cars, looking a certain way. But when you see Joe Blow in the street, Joe Blow around here, I'm not saying that picking up cans. What I'm trying to point out is the fact that you can make yourself look a certain way, living that lifestyle or not. Now, I didn't say that's a good or a bad thing. I'm just pointing out how social media allows you to alter the image that certain people have of you by you controlling. So it gives you an alternative universe, in a sense. Alternative universe that you allow people to see you in a certain light. Reality. So you can have your social media reality or your YouTube or social media world, then you can have your real world. That I feel like social media has given people the opportunity, their perception usually your perception was based off what people saw of you and their interactions with you on a daily basis. So usually, how you reacted with somebody on a daily basis, most people got a perception of you, of how they interacted with you when they saw you. Now that we have the way what I think about it and the way I'm looking at it, right? So with that being said, jump on in.
Yeah, you coming in kind of sketchy. You coming in kind of sketchy, bro. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I didn't hear what you said. I just heard my name.
Yeah, I was saying you go ahead and get in, man. Go ahead and get in.
Okay, so some of the things that you touched on was the negative imagery that that media about our people, and then what are some of the things that we're putting out there that in lines with the image that the media tells about our people, that they can paint a picture so others who may not be as close to our people can get a predetermined image in their head of what black people act like, live like, talk like, walk like. Cause hey, look, being in the United States Army, I'm gonna tell you something. I've ran into so many individuals from Wisconsin, from Massachusetts, from California, and they came clean. You know, young troops, young soldiers that came clean and told me, "Hey, Sergeant, hey, look, look. Until I got into the military, I haven't met a black person. Until I got in the military, I haven't even sat down and actually have a conversation with a black person because of where I've come from. And then the image that I have from blacks come from two places. One, my parents and my home. Two, television. Now, let's break it down to the new world of TV, which is not even on TV, it's in social media. So what I want to say is I'm gonna talk about the last point in the topic of discussion, and that's what is the image? What image are we putting out about ourselves? So we want to talk about mindset. All right. So at the same time, I think a lot of us are jumping on the bandwagon or jumping on the ship with what media is putting out. So we have to uphold the image that is already painted for us. You understand what I'm saying? So if the image is painted for us that we are savages, then the next thing I'm gonna do is if I'm trying to get on in the rap game, hell, I'm just gonna name myself 21 Savage. But, because that's the image that's painted for me already. You understand what I'm saying? So not only do I have an image that I must uphold, I have an audience that I must speak to. Who's the audience? Predominantly, the audience is gonna look just like me. You can't find yourself doing anything, moving in any circle, or trying to put out anything that your audience is going to be predominantly opposite of what you are. So I'm just gonna run off that Savage thing. So for my man, 21 Savage or anyone speaking the same rhetoric that he's portraying in rap game, and this been going on for years, for decades, when it comes to reaching out people, like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said before. He told 2 Chainz, he said, 2 Chainz, I seen that you had 5 million followers. He said, 2 Chainz, I want you to point to me any pastor that can show you 5 million followers. Now, that means that you have more influence on your people than someone who's of the cloth or who's in a church that's trying to really do and shape the minds of our youth. You have more influence. So let's go to the mindset. One thing that I think that we have to do, because here's the solution, not part of the problem. I just spoke about the problem. The problem is that we portray what people say about us. The solution is know who you are, what you want, and what you believe in your whole heart of hearts that you are placed on this earth to do. See, so many of us don't know why we are here. We don't even know why we get up in the morning and put on our shoes and our clothes and go to somebody's job. I'm always gonna come back to the financial state of our people, because we don't even know why we move in the morning. Yeah, we know we gotta pay these bills. And look, that's the crazy part. The first thing you ask somebody why they go to work every day, the first thing I'm talking about, the absolute first thing out of their mouths is that bills got to get paid. That's the wrong answer, brother. That's the wrong answer, sister. Whoever's on YouTube or live here with us watching this show, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's the wrong answer. If you think that you're getting up every day with a little amount of sleep, if you got insomnia, and you're getting up every morning, going out there making somebody else rich on your job, whoever owned that job, because your bills got to get paid, that's the wrong answer. So I'm going to flip it all the way back from the financial standpoint, because that's what I do. I'm going to flip it back to the image. Look, there's so many of us, like you just stated, brother. There's so many of us that's painting the picture that our lives is great. There's so many of us that's painting the picture through social media that we are balling. But I'm going to tell you one thing, man. Reality is reality. Those in your inner circle, I'm talking about in your house. That means your spouse, your kids, In your outside of your nuclear circle, in your immediate family, those who may know your business, your personal business, those people know if you faking it on social media. Those people know if you calling yourself a gangster, bang bang, shoot 'em up, sell drugs, do this, do that, and you putting it out there, and you confirming the image that the media is labeling us to, but you're not really living that life. You working down at Purdue Farms or Hardee's, or you selling cars, and you ain't balling like that. You a married person going home every night to a cozy neighborhood to where you don't have to worry about crime, but then now you on social media talking about I'm a savage. Those two things don't even align with itself. So what I would say, and I'm gonna pass the mic back over to you, what I would say is, listen, the topic of the show is, what is the truth about our people? So let me touch on that real quick. The truth about our people is what we say it is what we act like it is what we live every day to be. This is the truth about our people. I'm just gonna talk about my inner circle, my people, in my nuclear family or my immediate family. My people are trying to make it. My people, some are suffering. So I can't act like that we are all good. No matter what my day-to-day life might look like, act like, be like, if my whole people who I call on a daily basis for conversation, if my whole circle is not living up to their full potential, then I'm not balling. I'm not living right. I'm not doing the right things. Now, go to the next point in the topic of the show. What is the negative image that the media portrays about our people? You know what? I'm going to tell you something, man. An old person told me this a long time ago, and it still stuck with me to this day. Nobody can't say something about you unless you contribute to it. They can lie on you all day long. That's easy. I can sit up here and say my brother Stewart is an arrogant, impatient type of brother who don't even want nothing outside, don't want to do with nothing outside of himself. I can say that about you all day long. But if Monday through Friday you down at the soup kitchen feeding the homeless, guess what? The audience that I'm trying to reach is going to in line to and your actions about yourself, and then they're going to do an analysis and say, hey, listen, you can say what you want about Stewart, but Stewart is actually doing work for our people. So that means the media can't lie about us unless we put in the image out there. And you know what they're going to do first? They're going to grab the minute. They're going to go to the smallest vessel. They're not going to go to the educated people graduating, walking across stage. They're not going to go to the successful people who are trying to be successful, who are, growing businesses and networking and investing. And they're not going to go to that. They're going to go down to the street corner, catch that body on the street, get some footage. They're going to catch the most ratchet person they can find in that neighborhood to do an interview. And then that's going to be the image that we put out there. I'm sorry. Now, the third part of the topic of the show is, what are we doing through video, social media, i.e. World Star Hip Hop, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I done learned that my kids and other kids got this thing called Kick and Monkey and all this other crazy stuff, right? That parents, in another generation don't even know about. But what is the image that is being portrayed that we are doing for ourselves, right? So I think that we are listening to what others have to say about us, and others is only saying these things about us because they have some sort of footage or some sort of proof that look what they do. All right, stealing out of malls, stealing out of stores. Then now we want to jump on, oh, you did our people wrong. But guess what, man? We got to go to the root of the problem. Why are you even in that predicament? When somebody tell me, man, you know what I'm saying? I just went to court Friday for a speeding ticket. Now I'm sitting up in court, but guess what I got to endure? I got to endure the vision of me sitting back there and I'm looking at my people getting locked up. Some people getting locked up for fines that was like $1,700 and they was $50 short, and they clink clink right in court. But the image is more important, and I'm just saying this real talk. The image is more important than them actually getting locked up, because the image that was put out to the black people that was in court with me and the white people that was in court with me, the image that was put out is we locking, and we sometimes play right into that, because the same thing that they say about us, the people that I seen that was getting locked up, they play right into it, man. You know, through their verbiage, you can understand. You can look back and see, hey, look, man, this person had a hard life. They might not have a beautiful hand that was dealt for them, but who reaches that demographics of people? If we don't, because I could have left there and talked about our people in a negative light and say, oh man, look, man, we just all over the place. We don't got a leg to stand on. Or I could have tried to reach someone who knew that person in the courtroom and say, look, man, what's going on with bro? Or what's going on with sis? You know what I'm saying? And I did. And one of the girls that was with another girl, look, you got two of our queens, two of our black women in court together. No male representative, right? No male escort. But it's two young girls under the age of 25 that came to court together. One just came with the other one. And sister girl that was about 23 or 24 years old, she got locked up because she didn't have the $200. She fell short of $200. But the other girl was running out trying to find her dad to get the $200 up. But the image has already been painted. You got a black female, young, beautiful, with handcuffs on. The image was already painted. So now I'm in ticket court. I'm in traffic court. So it's some white folks in traffic court, female and male, older and young, that got tickets too. But all they knew is I came down to court today to pay a ticket, but I seen 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 black people get locked up. The media is telling me that these people are savages, and then they're telling me themselves that they are savages, through their image that they're painting. So when them people left court today, they had a different mentality or a different outlook on our people than what may have been there. This sister might have been just a mom trying to make it, ran into a bad situation, might made a bad choice, but she getting locked up. So the last thing I'm gonna say real quick is that if you have a sound mind and you understand what goes on in your life on a day-to-day basis, you have to know that you are at war. You are not at war with yourself. You are not at war with your people. You are not, when it might seem that you are not at war with your people. You are at war with a group of individuals in a couple different shades. It ain't just white and black, man. And that's why I think that they want us to keep it looking like it's just white and black. It's not just white and black. Racism or discrimination has long played out the white and black role. That was a long time ago. We don't have to worry about that no more. What it is that racism and discrimination comes in all shapes and sizes now, and you don't even see it. You can be a part of it and don't even understand or know that you are a part of it. What it comes in is right now, today, it's economics, man. That's just my whole belief. But then, you can find yourself in a situation, you might be living high on the hog, living in a nice neighborhood, got a good little bank account, doing everything that you think that it takes to be successful, and you can find yourself in a racist or discriminatory situation. You can find yourself in that. And that just comes by hate. But at the end of the day, if you find yourself vulnerable, if you find yourself needing others outside of those that you trust, then hey, you can easily be targeted for racism, discrimination, and everything else. So wrap it up. What is the truth about our people? We are great. We are made in the eyes of God as to be a God within yourself. What is the lies that that the media is painting about us is what they want others to think about us. And then what are we doing via videos and social media and World Star Hip? What are we doing to in line with the lies that media is putting out there about us? We are doing everything that they want us to do by the majority. Now, I'm not saying that you don't have good brothers, because we on the show right now with good brothers and sisters, but the majority of us don't even recognize that we are being targeted to look like what they want us to look like. So, Brother Stewart, I see we got Jay Hood back up here, man. I want to tell y'all brothers, man. Hey, listen, it's the universe has wrapped itself around. We met about a month ago down there in the Hosky, and I blessed the day that tomorrow comes and y'all have y'all grand opening. But best believe when that smoke started rolling from that grill on Saturday around 11 or 12 o'clock, man, your brother Al Tariq, my whole family, I got 6 kids, 5 of them will be there with me and my beautiful wife. We're gonna grab some food from y'all. We ain't gonna ask for no. Y'all might be giving it away for free, but we're gonna bless the table. And then at the end of the day, we're gonna donate, man. We're gonna ride out and we're gonna spread your message. And I encourage you to spread ours. Financial freedom is what we want for our people, only if they want it for themselves. The serious lives, and the procrastinating people always begs. So at the end of the day, man, this is Al Tariq Hayes, CEO and founder of The Starting Point, man. I love you guys. Fayetteville, North Carolina, stand up. 252 is where I'm from. 910 is what I represent. It ain't where you from, it's where you at, man. Love y'all.
Peace, brother. Peace, brother.
Yeah.
I just want to say I enjoy that message, man. Out here that needs encouragement, that type of talk, man, because a lot of people want to bite their tongue and really don't want to be. And basically, sometimes you gotta tell it like it is. Hello?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I ain't want to say too much, man, but like I said, I just want to appreciate you, Al Tariq, man, for everything that you've been doing for The Starting Point and everything that you continue to do.
Yeah, and I was really in and out tonight, so I don't know if it's just my computer or if it's, everybody's computer. I really don't know. So I want to apologize to all the viewers for those who are looking. We apologize if it sounds janky. I don't know what's really going on with why it's like everything is going in and out. So that's why I want to apologize to the viewers, because we do have a couple people listening. Al Tariq, man, we thank you, man, and we appreciate everything that you just said. And I started off taking one angle, and I told you I got two sides to this coin as far as the truth about our people on social media. So I talked about the first side, how you can alter your image, and also how the media is to go as a black man, not just as a black person in general. Yeah, you're going to have your sprinkles of other races there, but it's going to be a predominantly black affair, where it's predominantly black people that is in this courthouse that are being fined for infractions that they may have committed, but we're being pulled over and targeted at a rate that is different than other races. And that is nothing but the truth and the wholehearted truth. But yes, we may be committing those crimes, but we are being focused on, because the narrative of us is when they first see us, they have to be suspicious. And also, we need to get out this idea that the cops are here to protect and serve. We need to get that baloney. That is some PR bullshit. Talking about protect. Listen, the cops are not here to protect and serve us. The cops' purpose is to find infractions. That is the purpose of the subject. But I need to hammer this home right fast.
Amen, bro.
Because somehow we got the idea that police officers actions. From the moment they start interacting with you, they are looking for infractions. We are not served. We are under a police state. We just got to call it like it is. When they pull you over, you are in their custody. I'm sorry. That's just what it is, man. And we need to get this idea out of our mind. All police are meant to do is look for infractions. And they're looking for reasons to lock you up or either give you a ticket. Now, when dealing with the courthouse and what we are talking about today, as far as the truth of our people, I hate to say it, but the courthouse to me reminds me of the slave selling block, where they used to auction off slaves. The only difference is, instead of when they were auctioning off slaves, you were buying the people. The difference is the courthouse is collecting you. That's what it's. But if you don't have the money, we're gonna make money off of you. We're gonna sell you to the prison or the jailhouse so we can get paid for your stay. But if you have the money, you can pay them and keep it moving. That whole thing is nothing but money. That's all it's about. One way or the other, they're gonna get money. Either you're gonna pay money to go home, or they're gonna lock your ass up and get paid for you being in jail. That's all this is about. That court, all that is about money. But I want to deal with this image that we portray and what's portrayed of us, and how the counter this image is working right now. See, right now, we have taken this bad image that portrays of us, and we are now using social media for other reasons. You have some people that use social media just to promote their business. It can be used for more than one reason. You can use social media to post fights, to air out your business, or you can also use social media to teach. And that is the counter, and that is what's happening, that a lot of Black people are using social media not to show negative things, but to actually uplift humanity. The flip side to this coin is that the same thing that they are using to tear us down is also being used to build us up. Do as I do. I use social media to build us up. And that's the flip side of the catch-22. The problem is, it's the mindset of the person platform. See, that's what we got to deal with. We got to deal with the people that is using the platform area, or what way do they want to go? Bull jump? They want to post bullshit? They just want to air out, or they want to, it all depends. Do they want to play out the role or the script that the media has laid out to them? Or do they want to rebel against the strip? Against the TV strip? I'm just telling y'all, I'm rebelling against that strip of Black men that don't do anything, that just in the street. That, no, listen, we about uplifting our people. That's what we about. And we're using social media to also uplift our people and reach those people that are like-minded and connecting with them. And that's why it's starting to be a purge on social media of Black activists that is using social media to uplift the people. They are slowly purging. When I say purging, what I'm talking about is they restricting your pages. They suspending your pages, putting you on 30-day restrictions or 24-hour restrictions or 15 days restrictions. And they get so now that on YouTube, they actually are shutting your channels down. The purge is real. They are purging certain people from these platforms that are using it to enlighten and uplift a dead people, because they want to keep us in a dead state. That's the purpose of the news, of always showing us in a negative light, is to keep us in a dead state. Because when you have a group of people that are in a dead state, you don't have to worry about them. They are consciously dead, spiritually dead, emotionally dead, financially dead. They are in a dead state. So long as you have a group of people that is in a dead state, you have nothing to worry about. The problem is when you people that are awake, those people that have a problem. And that's why they are purging those that are using social media to uplift the people. Because that's where the danger is at. The danger is in the mindset of us. And that's what they use the news media to do, is to control our mindset. It's to make us think that we are savages, that we are criminals, that the only thing we can do is sell drugs. That's the purpose of the script, is to keep us dead. But what they didn't count on was those of us who are warriors, who was going to use their platform to destroy us, to build us up. And that's the flip side of the coin. So the question is, what side are you? That's the question that we must ask for anybody that's watching this, or watching it now, or maybe watch it later. That is the question. What side of the coin are you on? Are you trying to build, or are you trying to destroy? You still have to make a choice. Everything is based off of choices. Regardless of what the media may be sending at you, it's up to you to decide, are you going to build or destroy? So what are you? Are you a builder, or are you a destroyer? That's what a person has to sit down within their soul and find out what they are. Now, when you talk about builders, some people call them masons. If you're a builder, they may call you a mason, because masons build, right? But if you're a destroyer, warriors, you got aircraft destroyers, you got submarine destroyers, you got a lot of different things that is used to destroy, right? It all depends on what side of the coin you're using. What are you trying to destroy? Build. That's the flip side of this social media. And the media platform is giving who want to build the opportunity to reach those who want to build, but it's also giving those that want to play the script of the destroyer to constantly destroy themselves with negative images, right? Because as long as you putting them negative images in your mind and what you see, you're going to be what you see all the time. That's what you end up being. But when you find uplift and you want to bring us into awakening, we want to rise the dead, when you want to raise the dead, when you want to raise the consciousness of those that's at their animal state, or they displaying their self-like character, they start purging you. They start suspending your pages. I mean, this is a script, y'all. And at the end of the day, we must understand that in America, the government mission is to control everything. Everything. That is their mission, is to control everything. So if we don't think, for one, we know that the government controls the TV, or special interest groups, or certain families that own this stuff. They control the media. We know this. So somehow we don't understand, or we don't want to understand, that they also control social media. If we don't think that the government is controlling social media, then we are lost. They controlling social media. Well, when I say government, understand me when I mean government. I mean big families, because the big families control the government too. But they controlling the social media platforms as well. YouTube. Listen, they controlling all of this. And that's why they are purging us. That's why they shut Dr. Boyce Watkins' YouTube page down. That's why Tariq Nasheed's YouTube page has got shut down. I think Boyce Watkins is spending on Facebook for like 30-some days or something. Tariq Nasheed, they completely shut his whole page down on YouTube. He got new pages now. He's trying to get his own site on his website to stream, so they can't do it no more. Not only him, it was somebody else. Woman name, they shut her page down on YouTube. Urging those that are trying to uplift the consciousness of the people. And that's the flip side of this coin. So it goes to what I said again. Are you going to be a builder? Destroyer. What are you trying to do? What is your main focus? Is building or destroying? Make our personal choice we're going to take. That's why if you come to my house, TV. Now, you ain't gonna watch no CBS, no Fox, no news, or nothing here. Social media, and that's it. That's what you're gonna get here, or DVDs, because in my house, I control what I intake. That social media really do give you the opportunity to. Opportunity to decide who are your friends and who are not your friends on social media. It gives you the opportunity to remove those who may just constantly post negative things. You can remove them. So your timeline can be always positive or educational. Of the person. Archery, you want to get in here, man? I'm gonna keep it moving. But at the end of the day, family, yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this, man. What's your take on how men, this goes along with the topic now of what we are portraying about ourselves. What are we doing to contribute to the image that's being painted for us? What's your take on the relationship? And this might take it to a whole nother level, but take on between the black man and the black woman. Real quick. We ain't got to spend a whole nother topic, but real quick, because this goes back to what we're painting about ourselves. Because if you look, hold on, let me get this out. If we looking back through history, and we talking about social media, so the social media that we had years ago, before Facebook, before Twitter, before Instagram, before freaking MySpace, our social media was hip hop. So what's your take on the image that the black man has painted about the black woman through ancient social media hip hop? And what's your take on the image that the black woman has painted about the black man through ancient social media hip hop?
Okay. Now, when we see, it all depends on what type of hip hop you're talking about. Because the first form of hip hop was educational. The first form of hip hop was a result of the Black Panther parties breaking up And once they shut the Black Panther parties up, it came back. The revolutionary spirit initially came back in the form of rapping. But then it was coerced into this thug gangster rap. So if you're talking about the thug gangster rap, the thug gangster rap was also controlled. It was manipulated because the original hip hop was not calling women hoes and bitches, and no, it was about uplifting the Black people. The original hip hop, when it first started off, it was about Black empowerment. Power. Done the Black man and the Black woman, and also helped split us apart. Since the inception of it being divided, but the original movement of it was bringing the Black family together, because it was nothing but a revolutionary movement that came through music, Black Panther movement, and they broke up into the Bloods and Crips, even though that originally was still a Black power movement. But then after that was silenced, it came back through the form of poetry and rap. But after that, it got coerced. And once it got coerced, it basically was ripping the Black family apart. The Black woman and degrading the Black man to the point where Black men and Black women was not interacting with each other or building families like they should have. But it wasn't just the hip hop that was doing that. So you had the government, as far as with social services and benefits, that was also whipping them away together. It was a collective effort as far as tearing the Black family. That's hip hop. It was collective with these housing grants and social service and food stamps and these housing apartments that you can stay in, but your man can't stay there with you. This was all together. It was all part of a bigger plan collectively. And into the concept of tearing the Black family up. We have fed.
How do we do that?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, we have fed into the destruction of the Black family. And with the destruction of the Black family is going to come the destruction of the Black race. You're 100% there, but I just want you to understand the first form of hip hop was not destructive. Actually, it was another form of Black, but it just came through the form of music. And to be honest, that hip hop was our form of Medu Neter. To me, hip hop was our form of Medu Neter, of ancient speaking, how we have always codes. Even with the scriptures are in codes. We have always found ways with each other through codes. Rap originally was a form of us communicating through code, just like some of the old songs they used to sing. The songs were what? They were codes for the slaves. We have always found ways to communicate with each other through music and through words and vowels and sounds for codes, for coded messages. And originally was power coding that they didn't understand.
So how did our form of coding get decoded to the point to where we are acting out what the enemy would endorse? Because not many of us back in those days, and I'm talking through, back in Kool Herc, African Bambaataa, Rakim, all that hip hop back there, that was KRS-One, that was Pro Righteous Teaching, all that good stuff that we had amongst ourselves. How did that message get decoded to where that the enemy knew what we were talking about and wanted to switch the message? And who is at fault or at blame to feeding into their agenda?
We are. Because we allowed them to coerce. But if you look at history, since we've been in America, we have allowed them to coerce everything that we have done.
So do you think it's about the almighty dollar?
Yeah, there you go. That is why. Because of the dollar, because of money, them to coerce it for money.
So what's riches? What's riches to our people?
You gotta understand.
I'm talking back then and now. What's the difference between the riches that we believe back then to the riches that we believe now?
It ain't too much. Listen, depending on how far back then, but if you want to, like, one time family was rich. You could be the poorest person in the world.
When family was riches, that's back then. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. I ain't trying to go back to ancient Kemet. I'm trying to keep up with the modern times. So we were just on social media. Our social media back then was hip hop, like you said, and we were speaking in codes to where we understood each other, and then others was only wondering what in the world are they talking about that they can all get on one accord. Now, when they found that out, they had to say, how can we infiltrate that to say that we want to put our message in there? Now, if we went from talking about black families and we went from talking about the love of a black woman to a black man, and then they found out what we really was doing was strengthening our people through harmony, through unity, right? If they found out that, and then they say, oh shoot, they got Queen Latifah. I'm just going back to my time. They got Queen Latifah talking about UNITY. They got African Bambaataa. They got Rakim and them talking about, more power to the people. Strong man equals strong woman type thing. When they found that out, how did they, in your opinion, how did they come up with a strategy that can infiltrate our structure, which was the black family, which was unity? How did they infiltrate that black structure? And then not only, because, the enemy is the enemy. So not only did they infiltrate the black structure, in my belief, how did they come up with a system that will allow us to contribute to the infiltration?
2 words: cocaine. Crack cocaine.
Okay, go ahead.
Because you gotta understand that this original form of hip hop was actually in the 70s, but it wasn't rap like it is today. See, the original in the 70s where it was just more like a talk with a beat, but it wasn't considered rap. 80s, Reagan put that crack cocaine in the hood. You got to listen, man. See, when you talk about this history thing, and you look at this history thing,
I can't let you get
I don't go too far.
Hold on. I can't let you get off that crack cocaine. Hold on. I can't let you get off that crack cocaine because I wanna elaborate on that now. So you telling me back in the 80s and the 90s when they infiltrated us and they brought in those 2 words that you talked about, crack cocaine, and so today's world, right? We still have drugs, all different types of names, and still crack cocaine. But okay, so let me say this. So you're trying to tell me that they infiltrated us by taking our mind and our consciousness out of the equation through a drug epidemic. So now today, this is what, now I'm not even talking to you. I'm talking to those who may be listening and looking tonight or looking and listening later on. Okay, so what are some of the crack cocaine, quote unquote, ways that they're infiltrating us now? I'm some of
listen, I got a good explanation for you. See,
look, some of those hypothetical crack cocaines today. I'm gonna speak real quick, and then I'm gonna back off and I'm gonna listen, bro. So let me say what some of those hypothetical crack cocaines that we live with today. The hypothetical crack cocaine is that when I was in that court on Friday for a ticket, I had all of my people, at the end of the day, when it's just time to pay the little lady that takes the money, all of my people was talking about Jordans. All of my people was talking about rims and cars. They wasn't talking about college funds. They wasn't talking about savings bonds. They wasn't talking about silver, gold, Bitcoins. They wasn't talking about investing. They wasn't talking about giving my brother or sister a hookup when they need it, but they'll let that same brother and sister run to the enemy and get that hookup when you already see that they need that need needs to be fulfilled. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna ask the question, then I'm gonna let you go off because I know you sitting there. I see you waiting, right? And I love it, right? So here's the thing: what is our crack cocaine today?
All right. See, what you got to think about is the 80s and 90s, you have crack parents, right? So the parents is on drugs. That's the 80s and 90s epidemic. So then you have the children. We're dealing with the children of the drug addicts' kids. So you're dealing with the drug addicts' second generation. The drug addicts, so you got the drug addicts in the 80s and 90s that was on drugs. And you have some of